Today I want to talk to you guys and just share my thoughts around that everyone's journey is different, and sometimes you just have to be patient with yourself and with the process of getting something done or reaching your goal, and basically not to give up on it too soon if it is a dream of yours. It obviously has to tie in with being possible, but I feel like it's really important to not give up on your dreams. So just a simple example from myself. When I was much younger, we were quite active with the ski boat, going to the dams, and I loved being on the back of the tube behind the boat, and I could ski, I could slalom. But then one day I saw a guy with a wakeboard and I was like, this looks awesome. It looks so much fun because it's a completely different experience. You are far more in control than even with a ski. With a ski you can still go from side to side with behind the boat, but with the wakeboard you can actually make jumps and all that kind of things. And so one day I decided, no, I want to try this. And I thought, well, because I'm a quite active skier, this should be no problem for me to do the wakeboard. And I think we actually asked someone there if I could maybe try it, and they were friendly enough to loan the wakeboard to me, strapped on my feet, and I got in and the guy gave me some tips, and I fell in the water behind the boat, had the ski rope in my arms, and I showed my dad, okay, I'm ready. And he started pulling me and I just fell. And I was like, okay, well, with the ski it also takes you a couple of times to just get the hang of it, and eventually when you get up it's much easier. We tried again, I fell again, and it wasn't like the kind of fall like you were almost there. It was like I was not close to even getting up. So tried again, tried many times, and eventually I just like felt, no, I can't do this, I'm just gonna give up on it. And the thought of me, because I can't skateboard at all. The one time I got on a skateboard, I fell my ass off. So I can't skateboard, and wakeboard is a similar kind of movement, if I can say that. And I just told him, no, I want to try once more. And he came around again, and also thanks Dad for your patience with me on that. And he came around again and got myself ready. He started pulling me and I got up. Why I'm telling you this story is because even if you think something is quite similar to what you are doing at the moment, for example, ski versus wakeboarding, it's a very similar thing. It's a water sport, but it's completely different in technique and skill. And don't expect that because you are good with one thing, it's just going to I'm always struggling with that word. Automatically going to carry over to whatever your new thing is that you're going to try. Yeah, so I got up and I never became great at it, but I could jump, and I enjoyed it very much, going from side to side, jumping over the wake. That's just because I didn't give up. So sometimes you have to just push through all your negative thoughts of, I can't do this, I can't get it done. Just push through those, and eventually you might end up standing up. Another story of me trying something that I struggle with was actually playing drums. I'm a drummer for our church band. When my dad, he's a pastor, when he started the assembly, they bought me drums about 2 years prior to that. They saw me tapping on the seat in front of me in church, and they asked me like, listen, do you want to maybe start playing drums? And I was like, yeah, that would be awesome. Never realizing how difficult it is. And so they bought me the drums and I started playing, and I basically gave up on it. I couldn't really figure out how to get both my arms and my feet and everything just working together to get this beat. So I basically gave up. And when they started the assembly, they were like, listen, we need a drummer, so you are in the band. They threw me really in the deep end, and I appreciate that now. At that stage it was very difficult for me. I'm a bit of an introvert, so doing something like that where it's quite a lot of focus on a drummer was quite a big step for me to do. And the band actually came to our house because I had the drum set there. The one guy there was He could play a little bit of drums, so he like showed me some like basic beat or whatever. Yeah, so from there I was just like half pressured into it. I felt completely useless because I couldn't play, and I started playing. They were just happy that I was attempting it and actually filling in a bit in the band, because we were all kind of new to this. Now it's like 20 years later. I've been playing for the church band ever since. And I wouldn't put myself out there as an expert or a pro, but yeah, I can play the drums, and I've had many compliments from people telling me, listen, you really play the drums very well. Yeah, so my point is, sometimes you have to push through, like I did with the wakeboarding yourself, and get to a point where you actually are starting to make progress with your dream. And other times people just throw you in the deep end because they know it's your dream to do it, but you just need that little bit of encouragement to get it done. In both those cases, I pushed through. In the end, it still comes down to yourself if you want to do it or not. I could have said no to playing drums and not have played drums for the last 20 years, so it would be quite a different life for me. But I did it, I pushed through, I got it done. I think one of the important things about it is that you have to embrace your own learning curve. Not everyone learns something at the same pace. Some people are just like exceptional at something, and they can basically go and sit down behind a drum and start playing it, or just get on a wakeboard and there they go. So where my learning curve was quite slow, I feel like don't force yourself into something. Just realize that everyone has a different learning curve for certain things. But even though you are struggling maybe to get something done or to learn something, it's not always linear how you learn something, but the most important part is just to push through that and stay committed to your dream. If it's really a dream of yours, I'm quite sure that you'll make a plan to make it succeed, or to make that goal that you are dreaming of. You have to realize that sometimes things will be tough, and you have to just push through that. Everyone's journey is different, and that is what makes you special. That is what makes us unique from each other. Everyone has their own stories, everyone has their own experiences, everyone has their own skills. That is what makes us interesting as individuals. So yeah, I want to encourage you and motivate you that if you have a dream and you maybe have given up on it already, or you are striving to achieve that dream, don't give up on it. Push through the difficult times. Take each day for day, each step for step, and just make progress all the time. And eventually you might end up achieving your dream faster than you thought. But don't give up on it. And yeah, I would like to hear if you guys have maybe similar stories. Please comment them in the comment section down below. We can have a nice chat about it. I'm hoping someone can resonate with this video. Don't give up on your dreams. Alright, cheers guys.